Welcome. My name is Jen McQuady, and I'm an assistant director with Loyola University Chicago. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about next steps for admitted international students and their families. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to be talking a little bit about your student portal. You should have received an email about setting up your student portal when you first applied to Loyola. When you log into your student portal, this is the page you're going to see. You'll notice 3 tabs at the top that you will want to pay attention to. First is Next Steps, where you will see information about additional steps you will need to take, such as submitting your enrollment deposit and eventually the housing contract and placement tests. The next button is for Admitted Student Events. The admitted student events are virtual this year, but you will need to convert them to your own time zone from Central Time. You will be able to click on a link to register for each event you want to attend. The next button is for additional applications. This is a great tool to see any additional scholarships you've been invited to apply to, as well as applications for things like the Interdisciplinary and Business Honors Program if you've been invited to apply. Below those tabs, you will see a link that says View Update, where you can view a copy of your admission letter. Below that is your Universal ID, which you will need to set up your Locus account, which we will be talking about in a moment. This is usually your first initial and last name, but sometimes it is a little different, so definitely confirm here. On the right side of the page, you will see your admission counselor and their contact information. Feel free to reach out to them via email or phone if you have any additional questions. They're always happy to help you with any questions that you may have. Now we're going to be talking a little bit about Locus, which is Loyola's student information system, which you'll be using throughout your time at Loyola for many things, such as registering for classes and viewing your bill. The website to access Locus is luc.edu/locus. Your first step with Locus will be setting up your account using the instructions in the email you received after you were admitted with the subject line, Accessing Loyola's Student Information System. You will need to use your Universal ID or UVID to log in, and then follow the instructions in the email for setting up the password. Once you log in, you will see some links you can click on. The 3 you will want to focus on are Next Stop, Loyola's Admitted Student Portal, Campus Finances, and Personal Portfolio. When you click on Next Stop, Loyola's Admitted Student Portal, you will see a checklist of steps that you will need to take before enrolling at Loyola. Campus Finances will give you more information about your tuition and costs at Loyola, and Personal Portfolio is where you can modify and update your contact information. When you click on Next Stop, a Loyola's Admitted Student Portal, you will see the checklist of steps that you will need to take. This page will help you stay on track with deadlines and keep you informed about next steps. You will see things like submitting your housing preferences, viewing your placement test results, and submitting your immunization information, depending on where you are in the enrollment process. Be sure to check back to this page occasionally since we will be updating it throughout the spring. Other resources available specifically to international students and U.S. students coming from abroad are early course registration and move-in. International students and students from abroad are able to register for classes before students coming from within the U.S., and they are also able to move into their residence halls a few days earlier. You can also be matched with a roommate based on study and lifestyle preferences. There is an international orientation specifically for international students and students from abroad to allow them to adjust to life on campus and learn more about U.S. immigration policies. There are also a number of different international and other cultural clubs students can get involved with, including International Club, Chinese American Student Association, Latin American Student Organization, Middle Eastern Student Association, Thai Club, and many more. We also have the mission and ministry organizations for all faiths, and we have a Muslim, Jewish, and Hindu prayer room on campus as well as a meditation room. May 1st is our deadline to submit the enrollment deposit of $500. If you submit the deposit before May 1st and decide not to attend, the deposit can be refunded up until that date. You can make the deposit online via your student portal using a credit card. You will also need to fill out the student housing contract to submit your housing preferences. The housing contract will become available about 24 hours after you submit your enrollment deposit. Housing is not on a first-come, first-served basis at Loyola and is assigned using a lottery system. If you live within the Chicago area with a parent or legal guardian and plan to commute, you will need to fill out the housing exemption form with our Residence Life office. Double-check your student portal to make sure you have submitted your passport and any financial documentation you need so that we can create your I-20, the immigration document needed to schedule your F1 student visa appointment. If we are missing anything, you may also receive an email from us, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I-20s will be sent out beginning in March for students starting in the fall, as long as we have all of your paperwork. These are some things to keep in mind before the move-in date. All new students coming into Loyola will need to submit immunization forms. You can view additional information about what is needed on the Wellness Center website. Don't worry too much if you can't get all the immunizations in your home country, as you can also schedule them after you arrive at Loyola. We will also need a copy of your final transcripts and official test scores if you did not submit them previously. Please have your school send your final transcripts electronically or have them email the transcripts to the International Admission email address. International students also have the option of working on campus for up to 20 hours per week. Later in the spring, you can check out what jobs are available using our Handshake student job database. Last, we're going to talk about some key dates for fall of 2021. The main thing to keep in mind now is that campus arrival will be the week of August 23rd, and the first day of classes will be August 30th. You'll find out the exact date you will be moving in and receive a packing list later in the summer. Based on the program start date in your I-20, you will also have the option of arriving a few weeks before that if you want to spend some time in the U.S. before starting classes. You can also see the dates for upcoming breaks, including fall break and Thanksgiving break. There will also be a 1-month break between when final exams end in December and when classes resume in mid-January. If you do have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can see our contact information here, as well as contact information if you would like to speak with a current student, if you have any questions about student life at Loyola, what it's like to be a particular major, or what it's like to be an international student at Loyola. Thank you again so much for watching, and we hope to see you at Loyola in the future.